All right. Back live yet again, now with a different game. If you were part of my last stream, which was a really fast stream, I beat the final boss of Bomberman 93 after streaming that game several nights throughout the week. And I was so quick, I wasn't done streaming. So I thought I would do Missile Command because it's going to be the next high score challenge game in my Discord server. And I wanted to, you know, figure out some good variations for it. So let's give it a go. So let's see, where's my start button? So we'll just start with the very basic one. So this is on my Atari Flashback 8 Gold. It was just a quickest thing to hook up. Brody's here. Pirate Gamer Boy is here. Tony's here. Derp's back. So yeah, just about 10 minutes ago, I beat Bomberman 93. Roy's here. Yeah, I played this a lot too when I was a kid. But I got it back during the NES time when I had my 7800. Oh no! And I am not an expert. And it's been a very long time since I played this game. Come on, there we go. So there's a weird blue line under my main base, which I don't think was in the 2600 cartridge. So that's that's just the emulation. Of course, once this gets fast and furious, I'll have to focus. So I'm seeing if the standard variation would be good for a high score challenge or if it's too easy. Hopefully this wireless joystick has good batteries, because don't know if I need to change them anytime soon. See D. Reed is here saying he's waiting on the announcement. Yeah, I don't think it's happening today either. Television Amico is supposed to have an announcement. And I heard, speaking of the Amico, I heard that the missile command that they had made for it, they didn't have the cascading missile explosions, you know, like how one missile could explode. This doesn't seem to really have it either, does it? But I think the arcade version had that, where if you explode one missile, it could explode another. See, Goldrat's here. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's see, Sardis is here. I'll have to... There comes that. So if you are a Missile Command aficionado, and you want to recommend a game variation for a high score challenge of mixed, you know, not everyone's an expert. I want people to participate. Let me know. Kamchia's here, says Ukraine simulator. Oh, that's terrible. Really hope that that situation gets resolved. Tell you what, I have mad respect for the Ukraine president. Fighting alongside his people, that's awesome. Yeah, maybe game one is a decent one to do, because I'm doing terrible right now. Sean's here, welcome. No! It blew it up! Oh, I just from the corner of my eye, I see Goldrat's been doing A to Z on the NES games. How far have you gotten? What game are you on? No! I think this variation might be just fine. No, I lost my base. Oh, but I got a new one. I lost it. It's over. It's over. Okay. Let's go back. Roy said he played this a lot when he was a kid. I think I said that. I'm terrible at this game, says Sardis. I'm not that great either. I played this on my Atari Flashback 8 Gold Deluxe. Yeah, I have the gold. I don't think it's just gold. So I don't know what the difference between gold and gold deluxe. I know there's an Activision one. The Atari 8-bit version was built into the Zegas. That's cool. I have the cartridge, the 8-bit cartridge. I've never played it. Only paying half attention. It's Wednesday, and I got to get my Mario Kart Tour scores up. Oh, it's already Wednesday where you're at, because I'm like, it's Tuesday. Waiting for the announcement, D. Reed said. Let's see what else is going on. Said Sean. Let's see. DFLJ. Hello again, NSG. This is the first video game I ever played. Brody says, I heard that Russia invaded Ukraine. Yeah, yeah, that's like everywhere, right? Kamchia, I love the blue-green color mix. Yeah, some of these, this was at a time where when you advance the level and just the screen changing color was a kind of a big deal. 8 is probably the best variation. I'll have to give that a try. I've gotten through all of them since I was doing one game each from the alphabet. Oh, okay. So you did one letter, because I did that once on my show where I went through the alphabet with different games. So that makes sense. Yeah, like that's like, not as many. I thought you were going through every game in the library starting with A. So let's see, what is variation 8? Variation has a fast target, smart cruise missiles, and you start at wave 7. Let's try that. Let's see, how do I do? Where's the select button on this thing? There it is. So we'll do 8. We'll try Pikachu's advice. And here we go. Let's try. Oh my goodness. That thing is. How do you get that thing? I'm not used to playing this variation. This is good for Pikachu. I don't know if it's good for me. Let's see. Man, I'm already like defending my base in one town. How do you get those missiles? How do you even stop those? Oh my goodness. That's the smart cruise missile. I am not used to it. I am not used to that. How do you defeat the Muskine? You got the Taito Egret 2 Mini. Awesome. I hope you like that. I mean, I would have really liked one of those, but they seem like they're expensive. I remember my dad buying me a Game Boy port, a Missile Command for Christmas 95 or 96. Liked how the port had cities and backgrounds. Imagine how nice this game would play with 64 directional disc. Well, in the Amico version, you use the touchscreen to control your target. I don't know if Missile Command made the C64 officially. I'm sure someone homebrewed it if they didn't. So how do you have to hit him dead on? Is that it? Yeah, that is. That's it. Jessica's here. Welcome. Too bad this version doesn't have the same as the arcade ending screen. Yeah. Depressing. This is the ultimate game of doom, right? Where eventually you will... I'm not good at that. The C64 got me through the crash. Cool. I didn't even know there was a crash. I had a Odyssey 2 at that point. Well, I guess I can let that just... I will present the person who chose the game. I will let them decide which variation they want to do. Nope, in television, welcome Skamiko. No announcement yet, as far as I know. And I did look before I checked my email. Let me check my email again. I might try a different variation in a second. Let's see, anything in my email from Intellivision? Nothing in my email from Intellivision. And let's see if the Reddit, if anyone reported anything. Nope. No information on it. Let's see. So Jessica, welcome. If I didn't say that already. Try level 17, the children's level for a high score challenge. That's from Jason. Welcome. Yeah, that might take people too long. I don't want it too easy. I could play this for hours on the old Atari. You have to aim your shot right where the cruise missile ends up. It takes practice. Yeah, there was a crash here in the mid-'80s in America, but I wasn't aware of it. No official C64 release, but it got a billion different clones. That sounds right. Muskind says the arcade ending is amazing, but dangerous if you have any kind of photosensitivity. Could you imagine someone making an indie game called Ukraine Simulator 2022? Would they get banned for doing that? They might get flack for doing that. But I mean, when Desert Storm was out, they made Desert Storm games, so... Christmas 83, I got no Atari games. It was all action figures, maybe C64. I doubt we'll hear anything as far as Intellivision goes. Play some Sequest. I go hard in the paint on Sequest. Corey's here. Welcome. Yeah, we were talking about that. Missile Command built in onto the XC. And I believe the 8-bit, I love Sonic CD. I believe the 8-bit version of the 8-bit version, the Atari 8-bit version of Missile Command, you can actually use the trackball. Let's try I'm just going to go through some of the game variations. So I'm going to go to game variation 2 and just see what I think. Oh, look how slow they're going. It feels so slow now after everything. I might start with the first variation that has the smart missiles, because that would make things interesting. Or suggest that. I don't know why, but those sounds are so iconic to me. So they really carry nostalgia. The you know that sound? I just really dig it. But then again, I also dig the Pac-Man sounds, the original Pac-Man. Risk is here, welcome. Risk. Jim is here, welcome. I think I got this from the clearance section of Toys R Us in the late 80s. Because they would have some Atari 2600 games that I could, they were still carrying 2600 games because like the Junior. And I had the 7800. I also got E.T. from the clearance section of Toys R Us at that time too. before people told me it was bad, you know, back when... Let's see. But I played this a bunch. While people were playing Super Mario, I was playing Missile Command. Yeah, the explosion sounds really cool. Mr. T-Bone's here. Welcome if I didn't say hello already. Sometimes I forget who I said hi to. I put a poll on my page today asking it that if, you know, if Intellivision does announce something, how are they going to do it? Because they didn't say how. They didn't say, you know, we'll send an email or we'll do it on our YouTube channel. So I put, you know, how are they going to do it? Are they going to do it on email, YouTube channel, their someone else's YouTube channel? How they, you know, how are they going to do it? And my last option was carrier pigeon, and carrier pigeon won by a mile. That was great. That made me chuckle. Probably because people just don't believe it was going to happen, so they're just being silly or thought it was cute. Yeah, Atari explosions, right? Oh, save my one. Yeah, the hate for ET comes from people who don't understand how to play the game, too. This is going to be a good high score challenge game. And I'll tell you all right what I plan to do. I'm going to do a giveaway. Don't know what the prize is going to be yet. I need time. But the way you enter the giveaway is just by taking part of the Discord high score challenge. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's one entry per person, but it's going to be, you know, post a video or a screenshot of your high score and you're entered no matter. Because I want people to take part because it's fun when you play with other people. Phil's asking if anyone got an egret too. I think Muskine did. Oh, Extra Sanderson, I'm playing some Missile Command to figure out what variation would be a good variation for the high score challenge. Yeah, ET wasn't the best game, but Pitfall sounds, yep, iconic. Carrier pigeon, yes. Superman on Atari was fun. I really enjoyed that. Okay, so let's see. Smart cruise missiles happen in game variation 3. So let's try that. That's the first one. We'll see if that's a good one, because it might be interesting. Mario's here. I'm doing pretty good. Atari was my official soundtrack. So let's see. Let's try game variation 3. This might be a winner. River Raid was good. So this one starts out just like the first, but now you have the smart missiles, which means, as Pikachu educated me, you have to hit them dead on. Otherwise, they just bounce. See, Dryerland's here. Welcome. Here we go. Let's get into a groove. And then I'll try, yeah, the cursor can change speeds. I think the cursor gets faster or slower with the next one that go. I'll have to look at the manual because I have it open in another another segment. Another tab, I mean. Man, this takes me back. Is that McLaurin I see there? Seen these games in color. Yep. So pretty soon those smart missiles should start. Oh no! Whew. Yep, so we gotta hit it dead on. Oh! See, it just bounced because I didn't hit it good enough, well enough, whatever the proper English. Love those noises. Kids these days, they don't understand this stuff. Oh, I missed him. Let's see if I can do him. Oh, nope, I missed him. Man, those smart missiles. Yeah, we had a black and white TV in my house that I had to use for a while for in my room. But, you know, my system, we had a TV like in the kitchen actually, because we didn't have, it was in the family room. And we didn't watch TV when we ate. That's the interesting thing. There we go. That got it. Time to do. Good, got that. So I think I had a black and white TV, but I didn't want to play. I don't know if I wasn't allowed to play games in my room or if I just didn't want to play on the black and white. I can't remember. Oh. Yeah, that line that you see, I think that's just from the emulation from the flashback gold. Oh, I should have. Uh-oh. Oh no. No! Haunted House is fun in black and white. Yeah, that's a good one. So I still get kind of weirded out seeing color footage of Amiga game I remember from back then. Nicholas is here. Welcome. Been playing some Missile Command earlier tonight. I beat Bomberman 93 in a separate stream. I was playing the NES in my bedroom on a black and white TV. Yep. Scott's here. Welcome. Used to play this a lot at Sears stores. Was amazed how good of a job the 2600 is. Yep. Atomic Age is here. Welcome. I still need to try the Atari Recharge version. Is it too easy with the mouse? I don't know, but that'd be interesting. I like the Recharge series. Looks cool. I haven't played any of them, though. I got a new Retron 77 console last week. With this one, it has better HDMI graphics, view, perfect. This, Defender, and Yars were my favorite Atari games. Let's see, the VCS port essentially launched a magic. Rob Fulop received a $15 coupon for his and a turkey for his bonus for his million-selling cart, and he quit. Yep. So let's see. Coach is here. Welcome, Coach. Ernest is here. Pine is here. So let's see. Yeah, I forgot about State of the Union. I don't usually care to watch them that much anyways. So let's try variation 4 now with the fast target and see what this is like. So this might be a good one too. So where's the start button? Everything's on the controller with the flashback gold. Yeah. If you're not used to the fast, it can actually be more difficult because you can overshoot stuff. Because I played a lot of the game variation 1, which has a slower variation. WWJD is here. Welcome. Cafe Man's here too. Welcome. And I'd like the just simple flashing effect of these explosions. They're just, it's basic but nice. The Day After. I've never seen that. Maybe I should watch that sometimes. This is the Flashback 8 Gold, which has HDMI. Makes it easier for me to stream with. Not perfect emulation, but it does what it needs to do. UK, you had something called Threads. I haven't heard of that. Oh, ran out. Come on, don't. So I'm getting some movie recommendations. Threads and The Day After. Speaking of post-apocalyptic films or whatever, I guess those may not be like just nuclear disaster films, but Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. That was a fun movie. Who's in charge of Bartertown? Or how about the dream in Terminator 2 where Sarah Connor is dreaming about doomsday happening in the missiles. Jericho, I've heard of that show Jericho. I haven't seen it, but I heard of it. I think, does it have the guy from Scream in it, I think? As one of the actors. Two men enter, one man leaves. Absolutely. War Games. Yes, that's another one I should watch sometimes. I'm very familiar with it. I've seen clips of it, but I've never seen the movie, and it was on Tubi. So I thought about seeing, I think they just pulled it off, but I've been too busy watching Godzilla movies, which, you know, there's a tie-in there, right? Because it's the atomic bombs that made Godzilla or whatever. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. I remember like that being like a big deal in Independence Day, I want to say. Ooh, good. Protecting my one town, which I shall name Podunkville, USA. Oh! Oh, got a free one, though. People want to talk politics, that's fine, but I don't like to get into that. And I also like tell people let's stay out of politics on Discord just because I don't want people to fight about stuff. I want to talk about the stuff we, you know, can talk about without people getting upset or controversial. So if you want to talk about it in the chat, feel free. Don't expect me to comment on it, though. As far as the most political thing I've said today, you know, is like I really appreciate the president of Ukraine's, you know, fighting alongside his people, and I feel bad for all the people, for all the people involved in that on both sides who don't know what's going on, because it does seem like Putin just this is a Putin thing, and some of what I heard was, and I don't know how accurate it is, I don't keep up with it, but what I heard was that some of the Russian soldiers were told they were going on training exercises, not realizing that they were actually going into war. And if that's true, that's messed up. That's messed up. Anyway, so let's see. So let's do one more game, and then I will call it a night. So that I did games 1 through 4. And now just a palate cleanser. Let's see how far I can last in the children's game. So that's 17. Oops, I War Games on the ColecoVision. Yes. Let's see, 17, and I passed it. So let's do this again. Yeah, that's true. The people who pay the price, usually they're not the ones that make the decisions. I mean, here in America, you can decide if you want to serve in the armed forces, and I have a lot of respect for men and women who do that, no matter what their political slant is. I have high respect for anyone who serves in any country, but, you know, some countries, wow, this is so slow. Some countries, you don't have a choice, and that's what's scary. There's a lot of pawns in war. And obviously, I hope that, you know, that it doesn't get so serious where we're talking about a missile command type of story happening, because it could happen. It could happen. Not saying it will, and definitely don't wish it would, but all it takes is one person with their finger on the button, and you could see some really ugly stuff. I'm so glad in my lifetime I didn't have to witness Hiroshima or anything like that. But I so love these color changes. This is so good. John Connor's favorite game, Metronome. Good name. I did play... There's an Atari arcade game. I forget its name. But there's an Atari arcade game, which is... I think it's Atari. I think I have it on a DS collection. But you're like playing Missile Command, like looking over the globe. Does that ring a bell to anybody? What that game is? Missile Command, like over a globe. Speaking of Hiroshima, you know, I'm originally from Michigan, from the suburban Detroit area, and I saw a post one day of people showing Hiroshima today compared to Detroit, and how Hiroshima like rebuilt itself. They look great. Very modern city, I guess, and Detroit is just so run down. And as someone who came from the area, it does break your heart that a city as big and as great as Detroit, if you will, has so many decaying houses, abandoned buildings, crime, stuff like that. That's about as deep into the discussion of politics I want to get into. Liberator. That sounds like it. Yes. Liberator. I think you're correct. If anybody wants to look it up. But there's, like, I have a couple Atari DS collections. They had Atari Greatest Hits 1 and 2. I don't know which one it is. But it's really cool because you can play some Atari or arcade games on there. Like Crystal Castles, which, you know, it's not the same using a DS setup. But Black Widow's really good on that. I played some Red Baron. Hey, welcome, Carmen. I think it was Liberator. That sounds familiar. Could be wrong. Was it Major Havoc was another arcade game on one of those collections that was kind of interesting. Games I didn't see as a kid because my memories of arcade games were kind of post-Crash. I do remember in the Detroit airport, they had an arcade full of older games like Jungle Hunt and other kind of vector-based games. Oh, you're welcome. Jim says thank you for keeping some normalcy in the content. Yep, crazy times. It's been... I mean, a lot of us are similar ages growing up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and it just... Our country has become more divisive. You know, people tend to get more tribal. And it's kind of a bummer. It's a bummer. I miss the days. I mean, I know this is like... I know it's totally nostalgia or whatever, but... I miss the days of just, you know, hanging out with people because we liked the same TV shows and toys. There was a time when people wouldn't say who they even... There was a generation that wouldn't even say who they voted for. You know, it was this, like my parents' generation, a lot of them, they wouldn't even tell you who they voted for. It was like a private thing. My first video game memory is playing Star Strike. The Earth exploding. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of games, if you think about them too hard, they will traumatize you. Because, you know, Star Strike, if you lose, the whole Earth is dead because of you. Missile Command, you know, the cities. I mean, it's like, I just let a city get destroyed. Yes, it can rebuild, but how many people just died in that little blocky city? So, hello, Eli. Nope, I'm not going to do a face reveal. My the storyline is I come from the school of Sushi X. If you know who Sushi X is, he was a writer on EGM. Well, actually, several writers portrayed him, but it was always a mystery. You never knew. And even his cartoon profile was a picture of a man in a ninja mask. So that's the storyline. Well, back as kids, that's what we bonded over, was toys and movies and liking Star Wars and riding bikes. And because if you didn't, you had no one to play with. You were going to be lonely, right? So you learned to get along. And I do miss that aspect of our country. I'm a person, as I've said with the Amico coverage, we should be able to disagree about stuff and still respect one another as humans. Now you're making me all teary-eyed and mushy. No. Oh no. My game might be over. Or does those... I don't know. I don't think the blocks represent that. Which is good. I need to get to bed. Named your town Yucca Flats. Wasn't there an old movie called that? I think it was like, I got when DVDs were coming out and they would put public domain movies, like 50 movies and one massive, like they had 50 sci-fi movies and 50 horror movies and these big boxes. I remember getting that. Even like in the same candy bar. Yes. Dr. Claw. Yes. I'll get you next time, Gadget. I can't do that. SNK Classics Collection on Switch is pretty sweet. That's from Awakening. Welcome, by the way, and welcome to anyone I missed. Have I played the arcade version? I have, but not a lot. Have I accidentally ever cussed? Not really. Not really. I will reveal my gloved hand and then my cat. Yes. Whatever that cat was. What was the cat's name? It had a name. I forget what it was. All right. So that was Missile Command. It's been 40 minutes, but I've been streaming for an hour because before this I did Bomberman 93. I'm 40. I play lots of video games and still ride BMX. Keep me on the level. That's awesome. Oh, bowling. Yeah, bowling machines would have some good, sometimes good arcades in them. The Beast of Yucca Flats, starring Tor Johnson. That's the guy who George the Animal Steel portrayed in that one movie that Burton did about the crazy director. What is his name? Oh, now I can't think of it. Plan 9 from Outer Space. I'm sure you guys know of what I'm talking about. I got one of those 50 horror movie boxes. Yes. Mad Cat. That's it. Mad Cat. And the original Little Shop of Horrors. That was on a lot of stuff too. A lot of the public domain shop with Jack Nicholson, right? One of his earliest roles. That was an interesting one. Without the music, which is weird to see now. So, Ed Wood. That's it. Ed Wood. Thank you, Tony. That's it. Yes, and as Tor says, time for go to bed. So we're going to do this as a high score challenge on my Discord server. So hop on the server. We try to keep things friendly so we don't get into politics and controversial stuff really. And of course, no profanity, that kind of stuff, because, I am the no swear gamer. But talk about a lot of retro stuff over there. So hop on over to the Discord server. We'll start the high score challenge there soon for this game. Otherwise, I want to wish you all a good night, and I will see you next time.